Hello, welcome back to my channel where we discuss games from the WNBA season. First things first, I'd like to unofficially change Washington's nickname from the Mystics to the Clamps because, my goodness, their defense is suffocating. Teams can't breathe. I'll talk more about their defense later, but let's get into the game. Las Vegas Aces traveled to DC to take on the Washington Mystics. Mystics were without Natasha Cloud due to health and safety protocols, which is unfortunate because she's been playing extremely well these first two games. In the first quarter, Vegas was shooting the ball well while Mystics struggled. Kelsey Plum was leading the charge by being aggressive and knocking down her shots early. During the first quarter, Ariel Atkins injured her back from a Jackie Young drive, and she left the game. While the Mystics were struggling with their shot, Vegas' defense went to a 2-3 zone, and we all know how 2-3 zones work. If the team is not making outside shots, the zone looks amazing. But as soon as the team starts shooting threes, teams get out of the zone. And that's exactly what happened in the second quarter when Ariel Atkins came in the second quarter and hit a step back three. So Vegas showed a 2-3 zone to the Mystics, which the Mystics struggled to score against. And we know as long as the team doesn't make their shots, the zone is very effective. Then to start the second quarter, Ariel Atkins returns and hits a step back three. We never saw that zone again. Now, this is where the game shifted because once Vegas went back into that band defense, the Mystics were able to attack and score in the paint. The Mystics started off the second quarter on a 12-2 run led by Myisha Hines-Allen and Katie Benson. Hines-Allen was doing it all. She was rebounding, hitting the mid-range, hitting threes, facilitating the ball. She ended out the game with 8 assists. Just let that sink in. Your center is giving you 8 assists. Yeah, it's wild. But even with the momentum from the Mystics, Vegas was still holding their ground and scoring the ball. The score ended up being 49-36 Vegas at the half. Starting off the third quarter, Rui Machida drives for a layup. Then back on the defensive end, Hines-Allen gets a steal for a transition layup. And now the home crowd is hyped and the Mystics defense goes into clamp mode. Vegas has a hard time scoring. The jumpers that were falling in the first half aren't falling down anymore. Every time someone on Vegas tries to shoot the ball, it's heavily contested. If someone did score, it wasn't easy. There was one play where Kelsey Plum was driving in for a layup and literally 3 Mystics players were around her. You have to give Washington credit. They play their butts off. Vegas had to keep settling for jumpers because they could not get into the paint. And because they were getting stops, it was leading to transition buckets for the Mystics. And Washington was beating Vegas in their own game of transition offense. Vegas only scored 2 transition points in the entire game. A team that is known for their transition offense only scored 2 points in transition today. Another player on Washington I want to talk about is Rui Machida because she was doing a great job of running the offense and collapsing the defense for kickouts to her teammates. Washington takes the lead going into the fourth. Jackie Young starts off by making a very tough contested jumper. Then on the other end, Katie Benson hits a 3. Then Ariel Atkins hits a 3. Then Elena Delle Donne gets a stop on Asia Wilson. Delle Donne played great defense on Wilson tonight. I think Wilson only scored 1 time on Delle Donne, maybe twice, but for sure, I remember 1. Fourth quarter goes on. Washington continues to get fast break points, which eventually leads Becky Hammond throwing in the towel with 3 minutes left. Then after that, Delle Donne puts an exclamation point on the end of the game with a nasty behind-the-back half-spin pump fake pull-up jumper. I don't even know how to describe it. I just know it was crazy. Washington wins the game 89-76, and they improve their record to 3-0.